Hey y'all, it's my review for the Real Housewives of New York, episodes 8 and 9. I apologize for being behind. Last week I went to Atlanta and I didn't have time to film it, so I'm just playing catch up. And also this is the beginning of the Cash Trip episodes, so they go into one another. I also heard that the latest episode, not much happened. This review should be up Wednesday, hopefully. So we open the episode with Sai. It is the end of December, like right before Christmas. We have Uba returning finally after being gone for 2 episodes. I think the Cash Trip is going to happen after the holidays because in New York, January and February are the worst times to live here. Like, the weather is gloomy, it's cold as hell, and it might be snowing a lot too. So January and February is definitely the times I like to travel and get away from it. So it's just the two of them shopping for the upcoming trip, and Sai's kind of updating Uba on all that's happened in the group since she was sick with COVID. So first Sai's telling Uba about the wreath making activity, the one where Aaron stormed out, but she's talking about Jenna and how she keeps giving the ladies gifts, I guess with her name on it or supporting a brand that she's in partnership with. Like, she says it's not coming from the heart, like it's calculated, but just coming from Sai, it's like, girl, like you do an unboxing every single day on your Instagram. Like, I'm sure you're wearing the clothes that brands are giving you on here to show off. So you're kind of doing the same thing. Like, why are you trying to hold Jenna to the fire? And speaking of Jenna Lyons, if you didn't see Pop Roast, I actually met Jenna Lyons. She's very nice. She looked so chic at this fashion event I bartended at. She was the first person I saw, and I was trying to just keep it professional. I would have got a picture with her if I wasn't on the clock, but you know, it's different, you know, when you're on the other side of things. Child, production seems to be on Sai's side because they are showing us all the instances where Jenna has given the ladies gifts. It's at least like 5 different occasions she's done it. Look, right, Uber, my love language is gifts. Give me all the gifts you want. I don't care who is sponsored by it. So Sai's reasoning is since she's aware that she promotes different brands, she's getting paid for it. So these gifts that she's getting, if you want me to wear them or put them on, you better be cutting me in on the cheese too. I guess, but she's just being real passive aggressive and annoying. So then she tells Uba how she got into it with Aaron because she left her 10-year anniversary party early. And I'm glad Uba kept it real with Sai, even though their friend, she's like, well, that was a pretty shitty thing of you to do. Like, all you have to do is just say bye. Like, you came to these people event, being catered to, open bar, I'm sure. Like, the least you can do is say goodbye. Or eat before. Jesus. She then gets to the drama between Bryn and Aaron about how Bryn was like joking with her husband. And again, I think if Uba was there, she would have stuck up for Aaron. We also find out that the Anguilla trip is going to be the first time Aaron and Bryn have seen each other since their argument. So next scene, we're with Jenna Lyons as she's walking down, I believe, 5th Avenue near Rockefeller Center by the tree. If you're coming to New York during Christmas time, go to Rockefeller Center and see the tree. It's beautiful. It's like, you know, it gets you into the holiday spirit. But anyway, she's walking with him and look, Jenna effing Lyons, y'all. Like, she helped curate a lot of the stores and businesses that we see on Rockefeller Center. Like, she's working with them directly. Like, she's a big effing deal. And I can't curse yet, it's too early in the video, sorry. But yeah, I also saw online, a lot of people were lusting after her brother. I mean, I guess if you into that, not my type, but I'm sure he's somebody's. Jenna's talking to her brother about the upcoming girls trip, and she's nervous. I mean, she don't seem like the type that would go on a girls trip, and she's saying that she needs a tan, and she's a little insecure about her body too. I think it's because of her skin condition she talked about a few episodes ago. Jenna, if you're watching, you should know that you are a bad bitch, and none of these ladies should be able to tell you anything that would be able to rattle you. Oh my goodness. So she's telling us whatever ailment that she has, it affects her skin, her hair, and her teeth. She says she gets bald spots sometimes. She had to do some dental surgery, and we got some very graphic pictures. So next scene we're with Bryn, with her brother. She's in LA right now. I think all the ladies are on a little Christmas break. They give us the timeline. It's December 27th, and they're just hiking This isn't Runyon Canyon, I think. This is some trail, I forgot the name. I'm wondering if her and her brother have the same dad because I'm not seeing any of the features Bryn has on him. Okay, so now we get a close-up on the brother's face. I really can't tell. Now, if y'all know in the comments, let me know. I'm just curious. So she's talking to her brother about where her life is headed. It seems like she's having a little pre-midlife crisis. You know, with the straights, like men and women. Like when they get to late 30s, approaching 40, they're just wondering, like, do I want a family? Do I not? Should I freeze my eggs? Like they gotta worry about all that shit. Me right now, I'm worried about the bag and the next place I'm traveling. Ain't no ring or kids in my future. And that's on period. Of course, they're talking about their tumultuous upbringing they had together and how they didn't really have like parental figures in their life. But it looks like they're in a great place now. But hey, production loves a rags to triumph stories, so of course they're gonna talk about it. So next scene, we fast forward 2 weeks. We're at Jenna's house and Erin's visiting. It looks like she just got more dental surgery and Erin's delivering her some soup. They're talking about Anguilla. Erin says she wasn't gonna go because she still feels some type of way about Bryn. Jenna says when Erin walked out that day, she thought she was coming back in, but when she didn't, she was just like, oh shit. And she feels bad that she didn't say anything. Looking back at the last episode, it looked like Jenna didn't want no part to that argument. She was just like, hey, this ain't my fight. So then they start talking about Anguilla again, and it looks like all the ladies know that Jenna is going early by 2 days to just, you know, relax, get some sun before all the ladies come. I mean, clearly she's nervous to go on a girls' trip, but these catty ass women, like we see them talking amongst each other. Do you see she's going 2 days early? Jessel, what's it to you? She ain't got 2 aggravating ass kids to worry about, so she can go early if she wants. Jenna then tells Erin that there's a few reasons she's going early. Like one is to get a tan before the ladies all get there, because I think she really is insecure about, you know, how good looking the cast is and she's older. And then the second reason is she didn't want to fly coach. And if she went 2 days earlier, there's a business class seat. And I feel that if you're at this point in your life where you don't fly coach, then that's on you. Like some people, they'll fly Spirit, and I just won't. I just can't. Erin is saying, are you serious? And, you know, they're laughing about it, tee-hee-heeing. This is the problem. When Jenna tells y'all things, y'all go and talk about her to the rest of the group. Like, Sai's done it, I think Jessel did it, and now Erin's doing it. And what trips me out, and I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but Erin is key-keying with the girls that have been treating her like shit. Like, where's your food? Or I don't want to go to catch. You're conversing with these people about someone that's actually being a friend to you and hasn't offended you. We cut to Jenna's confessional and she's saying the first class thing is just a bonus. Like she's really going to get a tan first. Okay, that's fine, Jenna. You a grown ass woman. Do what you want. So next scene, we see a few of the ladies packing. We see Jessel. And it looks like she's actually gonna bring the lingerie that Jenna gave her. She's talking to her husband. She's like, I made a big deal out of it, but it's really not that bad. It's kind of cute. After the fact. I mean, it wasn't cute and it wasn't flattering, but you didn't have to tell her that or just say how ugly it was to everybody. So first we're with Jenna as she gets to the airport. She's enjoying, you know, the Sky Lounge, of course, and, you know, her VIP accommodations. And she's just saying again that, you know, she wanted to get her tan in before the rest of the ladies get there. So we're back with Justin. She's having a conversation with her husband, and it looks like he's going to Vietnam. Did he really say a month and a half? He says he has a ticket he needs to use. This is news to Jessel. I'm sure she don't want to be alone with them twins by herself, but she'll have her mom and her dad there, I think. Okay, that was my fault. He's going to Vietnam for 3 days by himself. I don't see the big deal in that, but his reasoning, I mean, is he cheating on her? I mean, if they ain't having sex like for like a year and a half, it would be on my mind if I was Jessel. So he makes the point that, well, you're going to Anguilla for 5 days. So yeah, why can't he go to Vietnam for 3? He then says the flight to Vietnam is 20 hours and he's only going there for 3 days. Jessel makes the point that you're going to be traveling longer than you're actually there. And then he says, well, he likes being on planes. Can't be me. So next scene, we see the rest of the ladies. They're at JFK, and Erin is saying in her confessional that she's gonna put her beef to the side and enjoy her vacation. I am kind of surprised they travel coach though. It's not very Housewives-like. It's either first class or business class, nothing else. But it looks like they took a Delta flight, so I'm guessing coach is main cabin and further. I can't see them being in the back of the plane. I don't think so. I mean, they probably was in like comfort, Delta comfort, or maybe they were sitting in an exit row. I love me an exit row because I'm a tall ass ninja. Anywho, we see them arrive and they're headed to the property now. So we're reminded that Sai is the organizer of this girls' trip. They head to the property and it is gorgeous. It is huge and they have their own private beach. Now this is very Housewives. Just looking at this property, I want to go on vacation now. So then we see the concierge ask the ladies, would you like me to do an orientation for the... She couldn't even finish the sentence. Ladies were like, rooms, and they go upstairs to find their rooms. It looks like Jenna's gonna get the short end of the stick since she's getting there last, but she's still gonna have a room to herself. We found out that two of the ladies have to share a room, and it's gonna be Uba and Jessel. So after all the ladies choose their rooms, they're all chilling, talking, and then Erin just had to let the ladies know like why Jenna didn't fly with them. She does mention that, you know, about her skin condition and she wanted to tan, but then she says it in such a catty way afterward. Well, the reason she didn't really want to go is because she doesn't fly coach. And she said it just like that. I'm like, what? And you don't like people talking about you? And then we see Sai say, ew. Now Sai, the way your demanding ass be at other people's events, that's kind of ill too. Just saying. We cut to Erin's confessional, and I think she was aware how messy she came off, but she was like, well, she didn't tell me not to tell anybody. I'm gonna remember that when they're ragging on your ass. So already, Erin has created a hazardous environment for Jenna to walk into, unknowingly. All the women are immediately agitated and being judgmental. That's stupid. Why can't she just tell us? It's not that deep. Stuff like that doesn't bother me. I mean, y'all remember way back when we did the GoFundMe for the LA trip? Like, Alex flew first class and I was in coach and I had no problem with that. I was like, I don't really need first class like that. Like, as long as I have me an exit row, like, I was comfortable. And I also have a few friends that are very well off. And, you know, once you're at a certain level, maybe you don't want to do coach anymore. Like, I would never force one of my friends to sit and coach with me when they normally do first class. So with Bryn saying, oh, you didn't want to travel with us, you know, like, this is the reason for a girls' trip. Let that girl get to Anguilla on her own accord. You're going to see her. I promise. This episode pissed me off. Like, I made a whole Instagram saying, leave Jenna Lyons alone, because they kept talking about her after Erin said this bullshit. So we fast forward a bit, they're all having lunch, and Jenna's name comes up again. They say she's on her way, and I think Bryn brings up like how she does the baby voice. Production is being messy and they're showing the instances, like that little way that Jenna talks. I don't want to come. I don't want to know. I don't want to go. Like something like that. And then it's just getting a real mean girl. Child, if I hear about Jessel's sex life one more time, she better do something about it. So then we see it's later in the evening now. The ladies are still at the round table. And guess what the discussion is? Jenna fucking Lyons again. They're like, where's Jenna? Brenda's like, well, I don't care. Uba chimes in and says she can suck my dick. I mean, I get that she's playing, but it really looks like a pile-on right now. Bryn, oh my God, why is she going so hard right now? Like, she is like really agitated. Take you an edible and go to the jacuzzi or something. Have a snack, a drink. Why are y'all so pressed? Side note, Bryn's tan has definitely come in. Like, she's darker than Sai. Oh my God, they talking about the fucking gifts again. I'm just gonna get agitated. I need to go to the next episode because all they doing right now is just talking about Jenna. So now they talking about how Jenna doesn't open up to them. Bryn says she doesn't even know her real name. Well, I wouldn't tell your judgmental ass anything either. How about that? So then Jenna, she's walking in like in a good mood. She got her tan. She's looking good. She don't even know what's awaiting her. She's literally about to enter the lion's den. So Jenna walks in, and I'm sure the ladies were still talking about her, but they greet her with that fake, "Hi, Jenna, hi." And then we can see Brynn like sitting down, rolling her eyes. Such a mean girl. Like, what is wrong with y'all? We cut to Erin's mean girl ass in her confessional saying for someone who doesn't like to show their skin, she's showing a lot of it. Didn't she tell you that she wanted to get a tan before she saw y'all bitches? I'm sorry, y'all. I am very hungry right now. I need to really fast forward because I'm probably going to say something really mean if I keep watching this. Child, as soon as Jenna sits down, they hit her with, "Oh, so you didn't want to fly coach, huh?" Like, Sai brings it up passive-aggressively in conversation. Jenna's saying, "What? No, I didn't say that." Like, production, they rewind, and she did say it, but it was that as well as other reasons why she came early. Like, it wasn't a slight to the other ladies. Like, I really think their insecurities are showing because Jenna, you know, is Jenna fucking Lyons, and she could probably buy and sell all their asses. And I see that was mean. I told y'all, but y'all being me in y'all confessionals too, so I get to be mean as well. Jenna, you ain't gotta explain yourself to these women. It ain't tricking if you got it. And the other ladies are not here for Jenna's excuses. They don't care what she's going through mentally, nothing. All they heard was, "I ain't flying coach with you broke bitches." That's how they took it, it seems. So then Jenna does share her insecurities with the other ladies saying, "Well, you know, I don't look like y'all, so I just want to make sure, like, you know, I feel great." I think it was Brynn who was like, "Jenna, that's a cop-out. Don't say that." Jenna's like, "Okay, but it's the truth." This is a Jenna pile-on. I'm sure this is exactly what she was afraid of that was going to happen. And thanks to Erin, she is in this predicament. Brynn and Jenna are going back and forth, and the other ladies are kind of snickering, you know, at some shade that Brynn threw. It's just really hard to watch. Like, I don't like this. Jesus, it's only 8 o'clock? Like, I thought they were done for the day, but they're about to go to dinner now. They all, you know, lay up off of Jenna and they're saying, you know, "We're just glad you're here now. We were just wondering." Geez, is that the ladies' way of saying that they miss Jenna? Like by ridiculing her behind her back and then all attacking her at the same time? So a little later, the ladies are all getting ready for dinner. Jenna's ready early. She's going into Jessel's room and she's like, "Oh shit. Clearly I'm being punished for coming late because, you know, earlier she called her room charming and we all know what that means." But they're talking, and Jessel's saying, "Well, yeah, you definitely walked into a shitstorm. I mean, that you were a part of too, Jessel." Jenna says she definitely feels some resentment in the group. Jenna also is wondering why Brynn went so hard on her. And I really do think it's like just animosity towards Jenna. I think she's jealous. Speaking of Brynn, we cut to her talking to Sai. They're really talking about Jenna like she's some type of disingenuous person. I really don't get that from her. So the credits are rolling now. Jenna's still talking to Jessel, just saying that, you know, she doesn't know what the ladies expect from her, but look, if this relationship doesn't work, then it doesn't work. And that is where the episode ends. Let's get to episode 9. Hopefully, it'll be less of a Jenna pile-on, because I didn't like this episode. I think this was my least favorite episode of the season. So the episode continues where the ladies left off. They're headed to dinner. As they're entering the car, Erin's trying to poke fun at Jenna and say, "Oh, it's just like Coach." And Jenna clapped right back and said, "Oh, then you should be skilled at it then." I knew she had it in her. Please give us more of this Jenna. So ladies arrives at this outside restaurant near the beach. It's beautiful. Side note, I heard that not much happened in this episode. It was very conversation driven, but we'll see. So the ladies are all talking at the table. Jessel is telling Jenna how she loves her dress and we could do a dress swap, not a wife swap. Now, this joke is pretty inappropriate because Brynn and Erin still have not talked that situation out. Like, it's still tension between them. But of course, I think Jessel knew what she was doing, so now they're forced to talk about it. So then Uba chimes in and she asks Sai, would she care if Brynn told that to her husband? And Sai says she wouldn't care. I don't know about that. This is why I missed Uba, because her opinion was definitely needed when they were talking about it. She said the ladies are full of shit, and she's not even taking Erin's side. She's taking the side of like how she would feel as a married woman and some bitch told her husband that. I know for a fact Jessel's insecure ass would have felt some way if Brynn came up to her husband saying, oh, so you're going to divorce your wife? You know, you can get with me. Like, look, it's all fun and games until it happens to them. With all that said, Brynn does apologize to Aaron, saying that her party was boring. Well, how about also apologizing for making inappropriate jokes with her husband, too? Brynn is saying the reason she said her party was boring because she wanted to hurt her because she was accusing her of flirting with her husband. But it's not even she was accusing you of flirting with her husband, it's just an inappropriate joke to make at a 10-year anniversary. And immediately Aaron is saying my sentiments, like, you're apologizing for saying the party's boring, but not apologizing for making that joke with my husband. So Brynn apologizes, but I think it's not enough for Aaron. She's then asking her, so you thought that was an appropriate joke to make? So now you have Brynn, as well as Jessel chiming in, defending her inappropriate joke. Oop, okay, for Uber chiming in, she got Aaron's back. She tells Jessel, I think that's bullshit, and if somebody did that to your husband, you'd be mad. Brynn and Aaron are going back and forth again, and I think Aaron's mad because she thinks Brynn is just apologizing just to make it all go away, rather than understanding why Aaron feels the way she does. So then Brynn asks Aaron for an apology for accusing her of flirting with her husband. The look on Aaron's face is of shock, and then Sai, she just worried about food right now, of course, so she brings the waiter, can we order? Aaron looks at her and is like, no, we're having a conversation. Sai ignores Aaron and continues ordering. We cut to her confessional and she says she got to eat. I'm tired of this same old song from Sai. Now, Jenna, you notice that she's quiet at the table. My ass will be quiet too because your messy ass had them all attacking me earlier in the day. Sai and Aaron are now going back and forth because Sai just wants to move on, but Aaron, she needs closure on this. Brynn shuts Sai down and says, well, just let us talk and allow us to get through this. Well, damn, finally somebody shut Sai up. So they finally talk it out. Aaron says, you hurt my feelings. And Brynn understands, they hug it out, just like how the girls did on old RHONY. They are really like the new Ramona and Jill. So now that they moved on with their quarrel, they want to know, does anybody else have, anything they want to squash? Aaron just throws Jenna's name in, and it looks like Jenna and Brynn are going back and forth. And Jenna's telling the table, do y'all really think the main reason I didn't fly with y'all was because I didn't want to be in coach? Really? And Sai, without missing a beat, says, yes, I do. So now Jenna's trying to explain to the ladies, like, it wasn't the main reason. Then she says in her confessional, at the time, she was just coming down from anesthesia, so she hardly even remembers the conversation she had with Aaron. Sai and Brynn are now tag teaming Jenna. Like, Sai's saying that you exclude yourself. Brynn's bringing up the gifts that are thoughtless to the group. Gosh, these ladies really want to know the real Jenna Lyons. Like, their main issue is she's not opening up to them. And she's telling the ladies the only reason she mentioned her real name to that model girl is because she was like literally shaking and she wanted to make her feel comfortable. Brynn does not give a fuck. She says, well, I was telling you about my story. I was shaking. You didn't tell me your name was Judith. Girl, what? Like, even some of the other ladies at the table laugh. That is not comparable. You're crying talking about your upbringing and you wanted Jenna to interrupt you and say, well, my real name was Judith. What? Production is on one too. They then do a flashback as well as a reenactment if Jenna interrupted her saying that her real name was Judith. They really put in an alternate universe. So then after all this badgering, Jenna just apologizes. And it looks like, she's just really bothered now. Like, you can really tell. And now all the ladies want to feel bad for her, especially Aaron. Side note, we've been at this dinner table a hella long time. Like, it's been at least 15 minutes on this scene. Are y'all bitches happy now? Y'all finally broke her and now she's opening up to y'all. She's saying that this concept of opening up, she's just not used to because of the household she was raised in. Because her mom had Asperger's, I believe. After Jenna finishes opening up, she does point out that she does know most of the ladies' stories except for Jessel. And it's not that, she feels Jessel is hiding anything. It's just they probably just haven't talked about it. As Jenna finishes opening up, she does point out that she knows most about the other ladies, but she doesn't know Jessel's story, but that doesn't mean she thinks Jessel is hiding anything from her. So then Jessel starts to talk about her background with the ladies, since I guess she hasn't yet. So then Jessel in turn starts talking about her background. As Jenna says that, the other ladies realize, oh yeah, you haven't told us about, your upbringing or background. So then it's Jessel's turn now to be in the opening up hot seat. So Jessel starts by saying her parents are from Africa. Like, clearly she's Indian. She says her grandfather had to move to East Africa from India, and that's where her parents were born. She's going into a lot about like her parents' struggle, but not like her actual upbringing. And I think, she's trying to have a story, maybe Uba, Bren, and Sai, when in actuality, she probably had it good as a kid. I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but I think Aaron points this out later in the episode or the next episode. Like, as she's telling the story, she's trying to make her parents' strife hers. Oh, as she's talking, the looks on the other ladies' faces. Like, I'm guessing they're waiting for her to talk about herself, but she keeps talking about the struggles, like, her family went through. They are roasting her in their confessionals. Yeah, she continues to tell her story, like, she said, well, I moved to New York and I was interning. They had me in the back stuffing boxes. It was brutal. Like, Sai is just looking at her with a raised eyebrow. Like, girl, you had it brutal? Okay. So she continues and says, that's why I was offended when you guys said I was catered to, because I wasn't. Aaron asks her again, so you said you were never catered to? Production's like, roll the footage. And then they start showing her bossing her parents as well as her husband around. Like when it comes to the kids or when it comes to cleaning the house. So we finally move on and this dinner is finally over. Like, we're halfway into the episode, y'all. So I get it. Like, not much happened this episode. So then on the car ride, we see them talking about like their flight and them going through TSA. I think Sai said it was ghetto, but then they said something about WAP. Like, if you have any liquid items, like Uber makes the joke. And I think Erin is lost because she doesn't know what WAP stands for. Jenna Lyons knows what WAP stands for, and you don't. I guess I shouldn't be surprised seeing Erin's background. We cut to Erin's confessional, and she says, well, I am the youngest in this group. Child. You know what? We're going to move on. Yeah, I think we can fast forward Erin breaking down the acronym WAP. So next scene is the next day in Anguilla. We're in Uba and Jessel's room, and they're just talking about how ridiculous Bryn is, especially in her arguments. I totally agree with them. So the ladies are all now having breakfast together. They're bonding. It seems like they're about to have a round table of feelings moment. Yep, I guess I was right. So now it's Sai's turn to open up. She's talking about her relationship with her mom and how that affects her as a mother herself. We see a throwback picture of her and her mom. She looks just like her mom. Oh my goodness. I mean, that story definitely took a turn. She said, fast forward, she died. Lord, had a heart attack in the park by herself. It was very abrupt how she told the ladies, or maybe it was the editing. Simon ends the story on a light note saying that her mom's ashes is chilling in a shopping bag in her closet. Okay for the deep discussions. I mean, damn. Like, I'm here for it, but at the same time, I am frying catfish. I'm just saying. Ooh, just speaking of fried catfish, I am so hungry, y'all. I still have not eaten yet. I got up to edit my Patreon video. Go look at that. And I'm filming 2 hours worth of Housewives. And I gotta go to work in an hour. So I gotta eat at some point. Sorry, enough about me. Let's continue. So next up, the ladies are at the beach. They chilling. They're just taking pictures and having fun. I think we can fast forward. Side note, Brent is very sexy in this bikini, and all this is being wasted on my gay ass. She even, I can't believe, production kept this in. Brent has a bathing suit on, though, but They're spritzing her with some spray, and then she opens up her cheeks. I mean, her bathing suit's on, but she's doing the motion of that, and they're spraying it. I'm like, oh my God. Child, are we still talking about Jessel's non-sex life? Fast forward. Okay, Brynn talking about laying out and facing her vagina to the sun. I think we can fast forward that too. The ladies are taking sexy pictures on the beach, topless. Again, wasted on my gay ass. We can fast forward. All right, some time passed by. Next scene, the ladies are headed to lunch. They're dressed very good. And of course, Sai has to let us know that she is hungry. I feel like Miss Juicy again. Can you come up with something else? Can you come up with something else? Oh my God, side note, Uba looks stunning in this skirt dress combo she's wearing. Like, absolutely stunning. So the topic of conversation is Brynn's dating life. She goes into what she's looking for. She wants to be a mom, but then that goes into them talking about, I believe, in vitro or getting embryos. I forgot, like freezing embryos or something. You know, I'm a gay man. I don't know nothing about this. But she continues saying that she looked it up, and the place that she goes to, like, they asked her to list the person that's donating the sperm, like go through her phone contacts. So then we see Aaron on the other side of the table saying, I've never heard of that. She's lying. She's being so messy at the end of the table, very Ramona-like. Aaron then interrupts Brynn and says, you know, I love you, but I don't believe your story. She has a smile on her face while she's saying it. She's saying it in a jokingly way, but how do you jokingly tell somebody that you think they're lying? I'm going back to Atlanta because you know they lie a lot on there. Drew, girl, you lying. You know you kissed the girl. Like, she was doing it like that. But y'all know Brynn's sensitive ass. She gets offended immediately. Brynn says she's not lying, and she doesn't find it funny. Now, I'm trying to look at it from Brynn's perspective. Like, if I'm really telling you the truth right now and you call me a liar, then yeah, I can see her being offended. Uba and Sai make a good point. Like, Aaron and Brynn, they really have like an on and off relationship. Like, they're always at odds with each other. Much like how Ramona and Jill were. Child, they beefing again, and now they're trying to insert the other ladies' opinions, like they're talking about each other to the other ladies. They sit next to each other in the car going back to the house, and Aaron apologizes, and look, I'm Jenna in the car. I'm just like, oh God, again. So they get back to the house. Brynn is feeling some type of way. Whatever activity they're going to, Brynn says she's gonna sit this one out. She gets the approval from Sai, but then she goes to Aaron's room and makes sure she knows that the reason she's not going is just because she's tired. It's not because they were beefing earlier. Oh my gosh, she's so dramatic. They're now hugging each other. Oh my God, give me a break. I just really love you, Brynn. So then we cut to Erin in her confessional, and she's just saying she's glad that Brynn isn't upset at her. Like, she realizes that she probably hit a nerve because she was talking about having a baby. We see them like they're in a good place. Credits are rolling. That is where the episode ends. The combination of these two episodes, I think I'm glad that I put them together, because the first one, episode 8, is my least favorite episode because they kept dogpiling on Jenna. And the second one was a frying catfish episode. Nothing really went on. A lot of talking. But aside from that, I'm still liking the season. I did notice the ratings are going down. I'm not sure how Bravo feels about the show. I'm enjoying it. I will say so far, if I could give it a letter grade, it's like a B for me, like a solid B. But yeah, I'm hopeful for the next episode. Like, more supposed to go on, more drama, so we'll see. With that, y'all let me know what y'all thought about both episodes. Who is getting on y'all nerves the most, and whose side are y'all on in the arguments that happen? Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.